Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more Starsector, where it is October 27th, but it's the year 2024, so we're in a little bit of the distant future or the very distant past. We are home, and home is great because we have a bunch of planets here. We have even a cradle that is kind of surviving for now. And we do have a juicy mission with the Scy Nation here where Shadow Yards is asking us to kick them over a little bit. It's funny how many factions are now on my shit list because we have Cyanation. Now that doesn't quite look like a Cyanation fleet. In fact, that is labeled as an HMI fleet, so they actually hired some HMI to come here. But if we look at Cyanation, here's our combat from last time. I didn't really get into it, but here we go. That wasn't our last combat with them, actually. And we have an invasion of well, there's the raid and two very strong fleets. It's all very exciting. I don't know if I actually went into the combat thing with the Ordo that embarrassed me last time, which I got some very good comments about that. I will tell you this much: I know what I did wrong in the fight. It's just embarrassing to go through and be like, well, I would love to hit the reset button and try this again, but it's not that kind of series. So let's see if we can do a little bit better here. Just to check and see from the comments, I thought maybe I missed that the Donic died. It did get recovered, so that's fine. You can see that some other ships are starting to show some wear and tear again. I've had people begging me for episodes now to repair the Star Skipper, and that may be in the cards once I start rolling in some money. We just need some of these colonies to actually increase in size. But let's start by joining the battle here, and we are going to continue. We're going to be fighting along our space station buddy. How many deployment points do I have is I guess one of my first questions here. Because they have things really packed in, and I want to make sure that when we get everything together that we're not like running out of points. Like you can see right here, we have a few point issues. I don't know how many small ships we need to bring because we have a bunch already. So I'll bring just enough to maybe make this feel like I'm not wasting my resources here. Yeah, we'll bring that as well. Very exciting. Now, one thing I did wrong last time with that big old fight was to send the Sanctus away from everybody else. So we're just going to try to have the Sanctus go to the front line here today. I don't even know if it needs an escort here. We're going to send the rest of our fleet to the other side of the island. So let's do that here, and we will see if we can push back against this force, which is supposedly strong. Our space station, however, it's still very early in the engagement, so I think it looks like it's intact. It says its combat readiness is high. I don't see a hull rating, so that's a little worrying. And I need to zoom out. I mean, I know some people love playing Starsector zoomed all the way in, like there it is, but that's never been me. Even in like other games, 3D games, like let me zoom out and see how much I can see. So here's our fight. From the looks of it, it looks like we just got things in as stuff started, so we didn't wait too long, which is exciting because we sure almost had some trouble getting back home. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the invasion ships and stuff that I dropped off in the core sectors. I am planning on picking those up because I am planning on doing some invading today. Assuming this all goes well. I could embarrass myself. Our run could end right here. Our run's probably not going to end right here. But, oh, we almost missed the big thing and got the little thing instead. But look, here's our weird fleet doctrine where we have Lampreys doing the thing here. That was a shot that was way too late. Alright, so how is our space station doing? In fact, that was not the button I wanted to hit. It looks fine. Everything is fine. What the hell are you is one of my questions. I should have checked that out beforehand. But anyway, we have a whole line of NPC ships over here. And you can tell my mouse has not actually been fixed or replaced yet. I've been very busy with work, if you're wondering why there's been some gaps in recording. So I haven't had a chance to like actually get a good new mouse. So if you see stuff going on with the scroll wheel, that is also systematic failure going on and on and on and on. So let's see if me and Rock Forehead have the same idea with this ship. That is, the nice thing about a lot of these ships is that they only have half of a shield arc, especially when, wow, oh my gosh. I thought for sure I had it, but it's dead drifting going the wrong way. Is not going to do good there, so that's too bad. But still, we have... there's the Sanctus finally getting in there to engage. A little bit. You can hear the chain gun singing in the background. I think that's going to hit the wrong target, or it's going to hit nobody. Nice. Nicely done. How do I get to be in charge of this faction when I can't hit anybody? I guess that's a sign of leadership, is I'm willing to fire my gun even when it's aimed super poorly at stuff. Okay, so we are having some flux issues. We are officially in from behind now. And I still think I hit the support shot here, so we're helping. We're helping. We're no longer helping. Now I gotta worry about actually getting exploded when this thing explodes. So let's get over here real quick. Not the kind of salvo I want to take point blank, but let's be honest here. I'd love to have this thing fired anytime, but I think the gun's just died. Alright. Yep, that's a lot of missiles. Let's just get out of Dodge. We took out their big shit. Can let the game do the rest. I think we actually have some dudes trying to run away. That's the smartest thing y'all have done all day. Alright, so do we get a shot? Yes. Don't tell me how this fires so fast. Like, how fast are we moving in this combat here? Clearly it's not FTL speeds. Because the relativistic properties of projectiles would mean that we would probably destroy the planet just by virtue of our combat if these things were flying. Unless the laser beams, which have no mass, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the math. Someone can tell me the math. We're going to join the pursuit, and our second in command can join it, because that's all fun. Alright. So if any of them didn't live, we do have a few that lived. I actually lost a ship. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, I didn't lose a ship. They lost a ship. So the fish kill. I'm going to take this as a trophy. I'm not planning on keeping it, but that does look like a fun ship. It has no engine burning to speak of, so we're just going to recover, pick through the wreckage. It's all very exciting. And we get a faction bounty from Shadow Yards. Of course we do. Okay, so we have a Vic raid on the Pomed, who is our ally once again. So fortunately we are in system, so we can do a lot of shit. Because this is part of the home field advantage. Let's take a look at this before we dump it off here. That's a lot of carrier spaces, because it's a junker ship. That's kind of what it does. That's really nice. So this is a carrier, get-in-your-face carrier. With a lot of hull and not a lot of armor. That's a really interesting ship profile, and you have 300 ordnance points. That may be worth bringing in out later. Let's store it for now, though. I know this is not my usual place to store, but let's compare real quick to the Foprian Whim, which is 220 points. And we have obviously some advanced stuff on it because it's a Rosenritter ship. But ultimately, that 300 points could be a pretty damn big difference. I don't know why suddenly I have more repairs to do when I literally just put something in storage. I guess it's because of the crew penalty. We couldn't have as much combat readiness. Okay, I think the original raid, it did list everybody as trying to be raided. Oh, that's right. Tri-Attack is coming as well. They're coming with 4 fleets and outmatched. Well, outmatched for now. So we're going to see if that happens here. I don't know if they have a place in particular to go to, so we're going to check down at is it Vodtek? I saw the pronunciation guide on Discord, and I've already forgotten because, like I said, it's been a hard few weeks with work. And I know when I say every day feels hard, that sometimes you just gotta suck it up a little bit, but oh, that's another Scy Nation piece, and that looks much more like a Scy Nation group here. Okay, and we get to visit here. We have our buddies right next door. We're obviously going to join the battle. And their combat readiness is already down. Our combat readiness is already having a bad day. Let's continue. How's the space station doing? It's doing fine. So in other words, we are reinforcing just in time. Okay, I'm going to bring a few other ships here. We're going to bring you guys. Some of y'all are pretty slow. Some of you are not. We're going to bream it up. Maybe I don't need to be bringing, like, all the slow and fast shit, but let's bring some more destroyers this time. And we'll bring a nice escort of smaller ships. See how that goes. We have how many more points? Sure, that's fine. Alright. Should be fairly doable by the numbers, but one of the issues we're going to run into is that we do have some actual bigger pieces and not as much of a support fleet this time. So we're going to have to be doing a lot on the space station. I'm going to let my other ships kind of freeform here. See what happens. We're going to take sort of the combat doctrine and do things a little bit differently here. And try not to get my butt killed too badly. Like last time, we just kind of ran around the space station and killed things with our superior firepower. Isn't that how it's supposed to be? But yes, I do appreciate you all once again for reminding me, by the way, Scy Nation was knocking on my door, because I might have missed it, and I might have missed all this. And if this is what the defense forces look like for the space station already, we might have actually had to take the L. And no one wants to take the L train. Now here's the thing, is that, first off, very fascinating missiles to be using here. I don't want to, like, outrun my space station support, and right now it has the really loud annoying lasers, so this is in space. Apparently we can hear your lasers. Okay, is that a good shot? If they move, oh, I love that, the shield juke. It actually, the Cyanation ship was smart enough to move its shield so that we couldn't actually hurt it. Okay, these sabots from the little carrier should do it. If this won't. Arc damage, please. Laser damage, please. Oh my god, I was going to say, that's going to be like the slowest kill. There is the Bremer, Grim beaming its way around the country here. I am actually in the way here. I forgot to check and make sure. The Grim Beamer is supposed to have 2 Tri-Tac Tachyon Lances. Not Tri-Tac. 2 Remnant Tachyon Lances. It looks like it does, but I'll check after the fight. Yeah, this is a problem for the space station. So remember when I said, guys, run free and in the wild. Let's change plan a little bit. We need to actually take this on, and hopefully you are taking on the big giant space gun thing. This ship's hilarious to me. But yeah, we know from the look of the other ship that it's going to have all of its armor plates on there. So we've killed the support, and now we've just got to kill the remainder here. Okay, peekaboo. Look at me, I missed. So there's one down. So it looks like our support got here just in time. 2 down. One of our oldest ships, the Starskipper, doing what it does best, firing all the missiles. So that's a plus. And look at that arc damage. You love to see it. Now granted, what we have right now is a bunch of smaller ships getting in the way of our bigger ships from actually engaging. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move you over here. Can we have you guys kind of try to work your way behind just a little bit? Like, get up here. That'd be nice. If we get you up here, you may do the same. Like, I'm not too concerned for the space station. It's obviously doing a lot of damage right now. It's dishing a lot more than it's taking. And we have knocked some armor plates off now, so that's a plus. And look who's unleashing Hot Fury. We did just talk about rock and roll racing before, but that's literally what I was talking about. Is I just did more damage to my space station by ramming it. That's a DKP minus right there. And I just got in somebody else's line of fire as we blow up the Keto. No calories wasted on that thing, that's for sure. And we win. We have an ads that's about to die. This thing is probably not going to be able to run in time. I'm hoping to catch up with it, but no. It got breamed. Reminds me that I really need to update, or not update, but do an initial pass on Discord emotes. That's something I've been very slow to do, but as the year drags on and my schedule kind of goes from being mostly insane to partially insane, maybe I can get that back in there. So leave some thoughts in the comments or on the Discord about emotes. We're going to join the pursuit here. Second in command. Go command that shit. Said home field advantage. Get your butts out of here. We are not recovering anything here. Although it's interesting that we have that to recover. We do have another Neiman Lion Battle Fortress. You know what? I'm going to take some trophies again. Because it's fun. Not because we need to. This isn't about need now. This is about... Oh, Cug Hungry Dino is ready to level up. Let's see. I don't think I did a second pass on the debris field for the other place, so that's a little bit of a mistake, but only a little one. Okay, so we have our barren world. Once again, we are just going to drop these kitties off at the pool. I'm not too concerned right now about repairing them. I just want to take our spoils. And by the way, while we're here, let's manage the colony real quick, because I don't have any special items here. I know I said once upon a time I could do fuel here because there's no atmosphere, but honestly, the whole fact that this is a giant money pit, plus the idea of losing profits just because of the hazard rating here, not really my favorite. So we do have other things that are good. I don't need to upgrade here for now. We just need this to be colony size 6. Alright, so we're going to repair ships. And that's it, right? Let's look at our combat logs first. The station won the combat battle here. Wingless Pigeon, whoever's piloting that, actually did a decent job. And then over here, we got first place from the space station again. So that's really kind of how these defense fights are supposed to go. You put a station in there, especially if you put a core in there. I think they both have cores in them. Okay, so we have resource stockpiles. I don't want to draw too hard from this, because we are going to need some of that money. Oh, you know, I forgot to learn the Hiver blueprint package. So we do have to store some of this somewhere. And we are going to need some more crew, because as many people pointed out, once I dropped off the transport ship, our crew numbers like fix themselves. So we need to deal with that. You have mining. You're getting an orbital station. Ground defense is good. Spaceport good. Once that accessibility goes up, we'll be in really good business. Alright, so let's get back up here. So we're going to go back home real quick, because you can't go home again. See, that's what I was talking about. I don't want to overdraw because we have a little bit of a nest egg now, but it's only going to last for a little while here. Not because we are bad on profits. In fact, we should be pretty good on profits. It's just that we had a lot of stockpiles drawn last month. So if we look at the colony here, I've had it beaten into my head a number of times that this is a variable assembler that has marine production. So that's a plus. And if we look in the storage here, we have a synchrotron core and we have a mining bore here. But we only have one more industry we can build, so I'm not sure why the mining bore is here. We are going to be doing fuel here. And the reason we're going to be doing fuel here is the hazard rating is much lower. And honestly, the defense is better, because let's not forget, this is an artificial world. Our artificial world has special defense factors, and once we put fuel up here, the Dictat's going to love us even more. But once again, we can only make this grow so much. I know I could put another thing here. I say thing, like you know what I'm talking about. I could put something to increase the speed of growth by cryo revival facility ship, but we're not going to do that. Okay. So once again, resource stockpiles, do not want to draw too hard. Let's go ahead and leave this. I think I'm almost to the point where I can safely check the the unsanctioned bounty board, but honestly, I didn't do it before, so I don't want to check now. But there is almost always good money now that we're in the late game in the banana stand. So that's how it's going to be. So here's our home space station full of space junk. And we do have another system bounty from the hegemony. We don't care about no hegemony. Okay. And see, this is where we get our supplies. So our supplies are always going to pop up here, because when we look at the colony here, we have a variable assembler, which I can't upgrade to a manufactory because that takes an industry slot. And someone was asking me before about page 2 with commerce. There are potentially other things we could add, but for now we're here. It's pretty good. I did get a pretty good suggestion to shut down the Reuter HQ. That's fascinating, because right now... Okay, this is the reason that I got the thought from people to shut down the Reuter HQ. And that reason is because if I look at the purchase screen here, we have... Well, that's not what we want. Anyway, looks like we can actually buy stuff for ourselves now. Like, we could totally buy a mothership and stuff. But before, we had Reuter stuff that we needed a commission from them. Like, we need a functional Union HQ. So I'm going to keep it for now. But we're going to revisit destroying it in just a little bit here. Removing a normal thin atmosphere, although built-in failsafes prevents its operation on habitable worlds. Allows the creation of a breathable planetary atmosphere. I could sell that, but I'm going to keep it for now. So let's get you out. I hope I didn't actually just sell that. I don't think I did. Anything else from our storage? Yes. Okay. Whew. It's like, please tell me I didn't sell that. We do have a place potentially for soil nanites. We don't have a place for that. We may have a place for that. We probably don't have a place for that, but it's not really worth the money. I could start selling my Dragon's Horde of all this stuff. There's a ton of money here, but let's see. Open market, we're gonna buy this shit. And I know it costs tariffs, but we're gonna sell. Alright. Nothing too great in storage here. We're at 3,000 supplies. I will need to get some more supply here as time goes on. How's this fuel allotment do for me? That gets me over here. So we just want to be able to get to the core worlds. That's what we're playing today. I know that I said that we had some fun. We could have potentially at Epsilon Grandusa, where we had built a pirate base before, and then other factions moved in. And I do think that is a good place to take stuff and give planets. But right now we can punch Cyanation in the mouth. And I'm a fan of punching high. So even though it's not always the best strategy, when we're as strong as we are, it is a strategy. So let's go ahead. Let's look at our accepted place here. It helps the Shadow Yards, which helps us. Lilith is not a bad name for a system, but let's go ahead and make some cash now. Do we have any convenient bounties on the way? Doesn't look like we do. We probably won't get any until there. This is where I'm a little sad we haven't been able to make it all the way over to Sealy yet, because I would love to start using... I know we don't have a gate in system, and that's one of the things that's a kind of a downer. But we do have a gate here that would let us hop into all these other places. So, if I can remember how this works. In a dream I had last night, even the escape button wasn't working, so that's fun. Yeah, we're not fighting them directly right now, so... Peace is fine, and suddenly I kind of want to look back and see if we have a functional Reuter Union here. We are not going to accept peace here. Did we lose our conquest quest is a question. It wasn't withdrawn, so we already accepted it. So, Scy Nation wanted to fight just so they can invade us. I will accept the ceasefire from Diable. A pitiful amount of stuff, so that's fun. We need to pick better raid targets. It's one of the things where I wouldn't mind building a another what's the word I'm looking for? Building another the one that sends out the raids. And we have one of those already on our money pit planet. Privateer base. Hey, look, more Ordos. And they may be coming for us, depending on who else is here. I love that there's a name of a system called Disdoc. And the hegemony's trying to get it back. If you guys want to fight each other, it's fine. I think what my most viable strategy is going to be at some point is to go ahead and just pick a faction and knock them out. So Scy Nation might be first. We'll see if this is the same. Yeah, it's one of the same little things that it was before. Now, I know you all love invasion videos, and the Nexerelin invasion system has been... I don't know what the overall community reaction has been, but at least the reaction on this channel has been, it's the right idea with very repetitive implementation. So doing more than just clicking on a planet and saying, boom, I invaded it, seems like the right move. I have other fights, although we do have another Radiant here. I could go for it again, but I have other fights I need to do. Remember when I said I was going to remember that we need to go to Grimsharos first? Can I right-click? And I can't. I can't set waypoints. Okay. But we do need to pick up from the Grimsharos storage that we do have an actual invasion ship. See, I remember things sometimes. So I think Cyanation is going to be... it's not the main bad faction, but it is a faction that I can totally take out. We have these two planets. You know, there's an easier way to do this. Okay, so none of these people really like us. It's fine. But we are going to be passing these on to Mikoyan because... what? War between Wow. Yes, please. Look. The whole war wariness thing that we were supposed to be talking about. Okay, Grimsharos. Let's double check and see where we need to land. The docks. Zuon. So there's not even a great place to land here, but we're going to go. And I have 2,000-ish supply units. I probably should have busted up that trade fleet with supplies, because we got to lean into our pirate shit a little bit more. Like we did just steal from a collapsing colony here. But see, look, we're making money now, even with some of my resource withdrawals. So it's not like I'm totally destroying myself anytime I take a fleet withdrawal out here. Elite troop transport, take it, take it. We still have enough fleet, and while we're here, let's do this right this time. I should be able to do this in the space station dock, so let's refit. Militarized subsystems is good. What's the other one called? Augmented field drive, right? Don't tell me we can't do this here. We don't want advanced turret gyros. Ugh. This isn't a dock? If this isn't a dock, what's a dock? Okay, well, screw that. We will do that at the next place here. All right, so that's not a dock. Personal bounty. Let's see. I knew we'd get some more bounties around here as we went, but right now those are system bounties, which can be good but usually suck. We have the usual stack of bounties here. That is a mod thing, but I always wonder if mod makers are aware or care that they have things bounding up here. So I think what I'm going to need to do is go to Nyx and then go to Lilith, just so we can get some more stuff. And if we can pop off somebody along the way, all the better, which means I should probably turn off my beacon here in a second. Okay. Lower relation success. Who did this? From an unknown faction has subverted United POMED and turned it against Shadow Yards. So somebody is literally trying to bust up my alliance here from the outside. All the more reason to start taking out places. But at least we saw it happen that time. So that's where, if I can do a little bit more work in the core worlds, I can babysit the reputation potentially a little more. POMED's still good to be a friend. And they're still friends with us, right? Y'all still like us, don't you? Yeah, they still do. They just don't like our other friends. Okay, what are you? Ore supplies. Hey. Yeah. I meant to do that without the beacon on, so that's too bad. Because I don't want to be hostile with the pirates if I don't have to be. And I know that's a little silly, because I shouldn't care about hostilities with the pirates, considering I just talked about other people, but it's kind of nice to be kind of not necessarily all pirate, but pirate adjacent. And you are patrolling. Well, since you're hostile anyway, let's just send some of our shit in here. I know this takes supplies, but we just want to let them know that they just can't go wandering around. And look, we took out most of them. And we could cover any of their ships, but screw it. We're going to scrap everything. Scy Nation hates us a little more. I know. Okay. Although the Shadow Yards, they like that. Alright. And see, that's another part of the game that I haven't engaged with as much. And that is kind of a blind spot for this run that I'm a little annoyed with. Because I was wanting to hire, like, one of those operatives to start doing stuff for me. But what has ended up happening is that I had so many officers at the very beginning that was siphoning so much money away. And don't get me wrong, I'm very glad to have a bunch of viewers that were very excited to be named. But it does take a toll eventually, where it's like I can't actually hire an operative because I am losing tens of thousands of credits every month in officers on frigates. So that was one of the early game challenges here. Nothing in storage. Resource stockpiles. We're gonna need more fuel, not because we are glassing anything today, but we are definitely gonna need some more supplies, and this is gonna hurt the bank balance a little bit. But yeah, we are gonna need that many supplies. So there's an independent colony nearby. I don't know if I can flip any of this, so I think the best move at this point here is that we're going to be broke for a minute. Which I should know. I was like, what am I actually, where am I going? Who am I trying to poke here? We're going to Kalabak. I've heard Kalabak's really nice this time of year. So let's pay to visit. All right. Hey, look, we can set an automatic course. I never let the game do the automatic course. It gets so excited. It always... Syndrian Diktat Expedition. Oh, to Karkataka. Well, let's see how it goes. I said before that I wanted to make sure that my system defenses were good enough with having a bunch of patrol HQs, etc., and I could build out some more patrol HQs, which is part of what this kind of bounty will do. You never get the full amount of a bounty. Look at this tiny patrol. They're still trying their best. Okay. So there is Ouroboros Terminal, Ouroboros, oh, City of Brass. Not as exciting. But we're going to go ahead and take out both of these. And we're going to pass them to the Diktat. We're going to keep our transponder off, because they know who we are. Now, one of my questions, because this is clearly a hostile, dangerous station and all that, is that I'm used to other factions maybe having, like, gigantic... I'm gonna... Yeah, totally refuse, by the way. Conquest Mikal's World? Yes, please. And we're gonna totally engage. Y'all want to fight now? We'll fight now. That's great. I love it when we fight now. So we're gonna bring our heavy. We're gonna bring our heavy package in here. We're gonna bring our missile package in here. We're gonna bring the Fimbulwinter and the Middle Finger because we haven't brought them in yet. We need our other stuff here, and then we're gonna need some smaller targets, including myself. All right. Like we outnumber the crap out of these things. I think I actually lost my actual glimmer, so that's a little annoying. But yeah, you can see I'm at 480 because I outnumber the number of officers they have. So that's why that number is here. And that's where, when I say before that things get a little bit overpowered when we have more officers, that's why, because the AI doesn't always keep up. So we're going to throw the Snowstorm in here. We are going to give a heavy escort to the Bremer. And we are going to give a medium escort to this. And we are going to send a defend point to the right to kind of attract the rest of our faction over here. So big shits are going to be up. Big shits are going to be going through the middle, and we're going to try to sweep out to the side and get the rest. I never remember to check and see if some of these systems have like planetary prox mines somewhere, which seems to be very popular ever since I saw the Vic had it. So, and they do, in fact. So we're going to have to just be a little bit annoyed, but it's all the more reason for us to do this a little bit faster. Once again, whoa, Backstreet is not back. Did we, like, engage a Doom or something? Because, like, every single... That was... How many fucking mines was that? Oh, my God. Okay, so, Scy Nation draws first blood. Ah! You got to imagine that they're singing it, too. Third Moon, the Electo is gone. Well, like I said, we did need some multiple targets for multiple cats. So, here we are. Does this change my strategy right now? Not really. Let's remember, these are not the strongest patrols that I'm fighting right now. But it does change my ability to need to aim better. We do have big ships over here. We no longer need to be defending this node. Let's bring you guys up here. We're going to let you guys freeform. Because once again, the big thing is the station. We want to just crash collapse on the station, which right now has some pretty big guns. So we do want to give it a few choices of targets instead of just our heavies here. But, oh boy. I almost got completely obliterated. Okay. So this is going to be exciting because apparently somebody is able, I guess from the station, to just drop a whole cluster of proximity mines. So we're gonna need some faster ships to run this, and I think this changes our plan ever so slightly. You guys are all gonna crash the station. Okay. Turns out if something looks dangerous, it probably is. So let's see if we can support the big guns down here, who are currently firing but not moving super fast. But they are fired. I'm getting fired on a little bit, which is a little annoying, but game recognizes game. I will live as I die and get beamed from a distance. So when I said before I wanted to be a target here, did I actually do a good shot? Yes, I did. Alright. This wasn't exactly what I meant. Okay, so we have the Sanctus down here fighting some shit on the side. That's okay. Let's get you guys kind of moving up here. Because once the Sanctus is done sanctifying this, which I'm a little concerned about the flux. Let's be honest here. And there's something special about these ships, but I can't remember what it is. In fact, they're not even showing up on the radar here. So, this is Paladin Point Defense System. So, These things just eat our bullets. Once again, feel like that's something I should have known. But we have a bunch of paladins over here, and you can see that Lobster Magnet is even having problems. Middle finger's destroyed, so we went in thinking this would be kind of a straightforward fight. And it turns out that things get a little more complicated, and that's okay. I'm gonna see if I can help out my friend over here. Okay. Turns out I'm not being super helpful right now, but I'm being a little helpful. As once again, we have the Sanctus. I said before I was worried about Flux. The question is this a dumb move? The answer is it probably is. So we need to let them back up so that we can back up. That was the opposite of backing up because our movement is momentum based. Alright. So I'm probably about to need to bring out some wings of a pigeon here in a second. Because that is less than ideal. Alright. How's this going, by the way? We have some more deployment points at our disposal. They have some more deployment points coming. Let's bring some faster ships. We need the margin call out here. And we need some smaller shit too. I know they die like as soon as somebody breathes on them, but we have engaged the station now, so that is a plus. How are you doing? Are you actually able to get a line of fire on? That's okay. Okay. So yeah, I think my dreams of 1v1 me bro are probably dead. Especially now that we are about to get doom mined. Alright. So I guess we just focus on the station for now. I could swap out ships. We have the Sanctus, who is going to be able to go back and pick that up as a secondary target. Got a few problems here. Got our two giant ships not running into the station, but fighting on the sidelines here, which is not my favorite. So let's see what we got here. You're still okay. I think we have this fight. We knew it was going to be a little messy. Alright. Sometimes you just have to embrace that shit is going to be difficult as you get later in the game sometimes. Okay, just because I bounced off of my friend doesn't mean that I wanted to teleport forward. That's kind of funny, but yeah, here we go. Once again, this is the issue we've run into before and why I've had so many people in the comments section say staggered deployment, please. Because we have the margin call sitting up here right now, and you guys are doing a fantastic job. I need to clean up the nodes here. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And we can take care of this now. Yeah, like we have this fight, but we're taking some hits here. And I don't really want to fire my weapon because it's an AoE beast. But yeah, we brought our siege cracking ships, and they are cracking the siege. So that is good. We were going to have to take out this space station anyway. So that's fine. And it looks like whatever was firing the doom mines before has either been disabled or just annoyed enough to where it's not dropping like a whole salvo of them on me now. So that's a plus. Hopefully that was the officer. Oh, the bring the hard rain got disabled. Okay. So there's the Sanctus again. It's taken some hits, but it is staying engaged in the firefight, so that's a plus. Hopefully we didn't just hit our friend here. There we go. Now it's just all about the basics of killing the station. Which, if you've seen me do this before, one of my things that I love to do is to kind of identify what's the weapon that is giving my AI team the most problems. And then usually as the player character with allegedly human intelligence, I'm not going to make any guarantees here, I try to target whatever weapon system is giving people the most problems here. But it looks like today the thing that's giving the AI the most problems is the Paladin point defense system. And there's not much I can do about that at this point. Okay. So Sanctus is still going. Alright. So apparently we can still do damage here on this side. But yeah, I think we can speed it up now. Although the ads, the poor prayer over here getting ugged. That's not Ugg, that's our new officer. But working very aggressively to stay in a very aggressive line. We just got one more side to take care of here. So the prayer's gone. I don't think we need to deploy anybody else, so we will slow this up once the station's dead. And see if we can finish things out. But yeah, once again, the AI just loves this point defense system. I guess I do too, because I'm shooting at it. Okay, let's get over here. Now that these dumb stations that rotate are so annoying. I mean, that's why I use them too, but it's just like, sometimes you just gotta... Sometimes you just gotta get in there and wait for things to turn around. So, Star Fortress is gone. The galaxy's now at peace. Looks like we lost the Grim Beamer as well. That will be a story point to recover. Assuming we can recover it. We should be able to recover it. I love the... God damn it, though. Alright, so definitely going to look at the combat log here, because things were good. That was a friendly, happy little dicey fight. And we are just going to try to finish this up in a hurry. It's one of those things where I could have done a little better. I went in a little overconfident. We played enough Darkest Dungeon to know the phrase. Alright, who are we trying to kill? Alright. But hey, the good news is we won. The bad news is we won at a little bit of a cost. But considering the ship recovery here, we do have a difficult recovery for Agatha. We gotta recover Agatha here, so this is one of the reasons we brought the extra supplies, but crew's gonna be a little bit of an issue. So we gain 1,000,000 experience for that fight. Pick through the wreckage. Somehow they didn't drop enough crew for us to be able to man our ships. So we're going to need to... Ooh, man, we got some ultra heavy energy blasters. Those are fun. And a Kerr. Just one Kerr. Okay, so we're here. I wonder... Since we've already disabled this, let's just buy some crew at Ouroboros and then come back and start the invasion. Let's look at the combat log first, because that was nice. Star Eater doing a lot of work. Sanctus finally getting in there and being able to punch. Grim Beamer with the Remnant Tachyon Lances, so I did do that right. Snowstorm, the pellet guns once again doing as well. There's just other ships in the way. So yeah, we're definitely going to Ouroboros first. Before the end of the month, please, because we are going to be a little broke, but only temporarily broke. And once again, for those of you who are wondering how's your game run so smooth, it's not always so smooth. So right now we have a few issues with stuff here. Do you guys not have... Okay, you do have enough crew. Buy some crew off the black market because they are of good repute. Let's just... I'm not going to sell the heavies here. I love the KAC MK3 as well. We can definitely sell some of this other stuff. And I know someone's going to cry and be like, you just sold the most powerful weapon in the game. Maybe I did. Okay, we don't need more supplies. We need crew. And let's just buy them out. Welcome to wage and benefits time. I still don't know how we go from... I guess once again it's low crew, low stuff. Analyze orbital habitat from Scy Nation. That may have spawned an orbital habitat. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be able to get to it, but just so I can hook on to that. In case we end up going west in the next 120 days, I'm going to do that. So look at all you guys. Let's remember here that your patrol was like, we will fight you. Wow. Okay, so we have the station and we have this place here. Once again, what is our contract for? And if I fail this in or if I eliminate Scy Nation, then it goes away here. Let's investigate the planet first, because clearly, really, yeah, I was not trying to click on that patrol. I was just wanting to steal your base. Okay. Did we get him? We mostly got him. That's fine. Okay. Let's try this again. Kolobok. It'll take many months for them to get over the fact that they aggressed me. Let's not forget that. So view the colony info here. They have a high command. Well, that may explain some things here. They have a star fortress. That may explain some things here. We do need to disable their heavy batteries before we start engaging, perhaps. I am not going to rip the orbital works out, though. Let's check and see, because if I can just do the invasion without bombing them, that would be the most money. So if we launch a raid to acquire valuables, get 504 supplies, 560 fuel. None of that's great. We could try to steal some Cyanation blueprints. But yeah, this tells us that we can do this. Disrupt operations. I can't do that, really. So we have some interfering fleets that must be removed. Really? That's their reserve fleet? Okay, so this is what we're going to do then. We are totally going to try to take some blueprints here. Our attack strength is really strong. So we lost a few Marines. That's fine. It's all experience. What did we get? We got the Clairvoyant class combat carrier blueprint and the Defender class light cruiser blueprint. We shall learn them both right now. Military options. I think we got a minute to... The Defenders are refusing to battle to defend the colony. Really? That's hilarious. So they have all this shit here, and they're suddenly like, hey, that's going to be a no. Your forces will be able to reorganize in another day. So if we orbital and do a tactical bombardment, it is going to do some work here, but we may not need it. So let's wait a day. December 26th. We are not doing the asteroid mining thing. Alright, so December 27th. Military options. We cannot engage the defenses yet. Okay, gotta wait a little further into the day, like an actual 24 hours. This is the most annoying planet because I just want to attack you. So now they are refusing to defend. That's amazing. I have demoralized them so much. Did I, like, knock their stability? I knocked it down a little bit, but I didn't knock it down a ton. So we have a ton of Marines. They're going to have a ton of defenses here. If we look at our bounty available, it's still over 1 million. I'm going to try this. We're going to do an invasion without a tactical bombardment here. Our available invasion strength is pretty good. Okay, that may not be good. I'd rather be safe here. If I don't get the whole kitty, then that's fine. We're going to do a tactical bombardment after all, because it's a pretty high number. And what do you know? Launching from Brodor. So we got to figure out what that is. And now if we invade here, it's a little... We've evened the scales. Okay, so first off, Scy Nation. Where's Brodor? Hey, it's next door. We may be able to do something with that here. So, as usual with these invasion things, I know that there is... Just, where is my... Okay. I lose this all the time, and it should just be so easy to find because it's important here. We have an expedition in our homeworld. I swear to God, I am going to go crazy here. Military options, we are already invading. So, conquest mission, important. Surface battle, there we are. Why was I missing that? So they've got thousands of people here. This is going to take a really long time. I just want to be clear here. This is gonna take some work. So what I'm going to try to do is go ahead and do this off camera and hopefully not get smacked back. Because it looks like I thought we had more battalions here. Apparently we have 2. Oh, you know what I bet? I bet they're already all on the planet. So ready to deploy, ready to deploy, ready to deploy, ready to deploy. Alright. We're going to deploy you guys at the heavy batteries. Confirm. So we already have stronger battle stuff here, so that's good. We're going to deploy you all. What's this? The orbital works is important. The high command is important. Let's go ahead and deploy you at the orbital works. Confirm. That's not the orbital. I didn't mean to do. I meant to do high command. Okay, well, we're going to deploy at the orbital works after all. Okay. Maybe we end up splitting and moving them, but what I am going to do here is at least start with the stack. Just to have all my people together so that we can try to take these out in a hurry. Because they're going to move their forces around. We want to attack more than one place at the same time. But some of y'all may cry with a little bit of joy here. Let me make sure I'm going to the orbital works. Because I was supposed to be doing high command, and already I have failed at leading my troops. But what is going to end up happening here is that we are going to... and I don't know, I thought I had a lot more Marines. Apparently I don't math very well, but it's fine. I'm going to do this fight off camera just so y'all don't have to sit through the invasion here, so we'll get the results next time. But I am committed to it, so that means that if I fuck up and have failed this, then I have fucked up and failed. But that'll do it for this one. This is Asher with Starsector. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We will do this again soon. I seriously just hit level 30, so I'm now level capped. We are going to get Ordnance Expertise just because we can. And there's our levels. I have done nothing with the combat tree this time. Next save, we'll probably be doing more with that, just for other reasons that I won't get into right now. But for now, we have selected Cyanation as our winner, and Brodor is probably going to send a vengeance fleet while I'm invading Kalabak. Bring it on, man. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I may end up having to do that fight off camera because this fight's probably going to take a while, but y'all will live, right? Thank you for watching. Once again, I appreciate y'all being here. This has been a fun series, but a long series, and some days I'm shocked to know that, hey, there's still people watching, but I'm very happy to have y'all here. Y'all take care. See you next time.